Let's talk about the new pre-show at Cabaret on Broadway, because if you don't know, they recently made some changes when the new cast came in. The two biggest being that the pre-show now starts 45 minutes before curtain rather than an hour, and they've also cut down on the number of performers. The show opened with 5 dancers and 4 musicians, and now plays with 2 dancers and 4 musicians, meaning they essentially cut 3 dancers. The other change they made, which I believe was actually made a little while ago, is they are no longer handing out the complimentary shot of schnapps when you walk in. So I went in very aware that these changes had been made and tried to evaluate it from 2 perspectives. Number 1, if I had never seen the show before, what would I think of this pre-show? And number 2, if I had seen it before with the old pre-show, would I feel like I was getting a lesser experience? And I am happy to say that, at least in my personal experience, I really did not feel those changes. I never really had any issues finding performers around the space, and the spaces where they were performing never really felt too crowded, or at least more crowded than they did with the previous setup. There still isn't anything going on in the green bar, but that was also true of the old pre-show as well. As for the length change, I do wonder how many audience members will actually feel this, as in my experience, most audience members got there between 20 and 40 minutes before the curtain anyway, and the first time I did go, I went for the entire 60 minutes, and I definitely felt like that was a little bit too long to spend in the experience. And so I do feel like if you are someone that just wants to spend as much time in the pre-show as possible, 45 minutes is still more than enough time to see everything you want to see. There were also quite a few moments of choreography that I had not seen before, and whether that's because they were there and I just was never in that area at that time, or because they were completely new, it's hard to say, but I was pleasantly surprised by how much it felt like a fresh experience. The one negative I will say is I noticed way more stage management helping to run the whole thing than I did in past visits. Now, I don't know if that's because this pre-show is still new and they're still trying to get the hang of things, or if potentially they had some incidents in the past and had to up security. But either way, it definitely was noticeable and did take me out of the experience a little bit. But besides that, I was surprised how little the new changes actually impacted the experience, at least for me. I was very sad to hear that they were scaling back the pre-show, as I've always felt like the pre-show was the strongest reason to see this production. And so even though it was scaled back, it was really reassuring to me to see that the essence of it is still intact.